Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the city of brotherly love and beyond. Can you believe this? The Philadelphia Eagles, fresh off a Super Bowl parade that still feels like yesterday, are sitting pretty at 8-2, atop a wobbly NFC East like kings on a throne made of green confetti. But instead of toasting to another Lombardi trophy, we're hearing the kind of locker room whispers that could turn the Link into a pressure cooker. I'm talking about A.J. Brown, our star wide out with hands like magnets and a fire in his belly that rivals Reggie White's Minister of Defense days, dropping comments this week that have the headlines buzzing louder than a bird's tailgate on Broad Street. Buckle up, Eagles Nation. This one's got shade, frustration, and a whole lot of unfinished business heading into Sunday's clash with those silver and blue pests from Dallas. Let's start with the spark that lit this fuse. It was post-practice, media mics circling like hawks, when someone dared to ask AJ if he's not quite the same explosive force this season. The guy who torched secondaries for 1,400-plus yards in back-to-back years. The Ole Miss rebel who brought that SEC grit to South Philly and became an instant legend. Brown, with that trademark smirk you could spot from the 700 level, didn't dodge. He fired back. "I guess Saquon ain't the same player either then." Oof. Just like that, he looped in his backfield brother, the human highlight reel Saquon Barkley, the Penn State phenom who bolted from the Giants last offseason on a mission to conquer his old division and ours. Saquon, remember? The guy who exploded for over 2,000 rushing yards last year, turning AT&T Stadium into his personal playground. No. Through 10 games, he's at 662 yards on 175 carries, scraping 3.8 yards a pop. That's not the Barkley we signed the big extension for, the one who's supposed to be dodging tacklers like he's in a video game. Madden 26 cover boy, no less. But here's the thing, folks. This isn't just AJ throwing elbows at a teammate. Nah, read between the lines, and it's a neon sign flashing straight at the coaching tower. Brown's not questioning Saquon's legs. He's questioning why the scheme around them feels like it's stuck in neutral. The Eagles' offense, that juggernaut that bulldozed through the NFC last season under Kellen Moore's wizardry, has hit a wall this year. We're 25th in total yards at 300 a game, 28th in passing, and dead last in third down conversions at under 34%. The run game's dipped from 179 yards per contest to a measly 115. Remember when we owned the trenches like the 60s D-line with Norm Van Brocklin slinging it? Now, with O-line nicks and a shift to Kevin Patullo calling the shots, it's like we're playing chess with half the pieces. Factors. Sure, injuries up front have turned our mauling machine into a speed bump, and Jalen Hurts, our dual-threat captain who's carried this franchise on his broad shoulders since Alabama, is holding the ball like it's a hot potato against zone looks. But talent like this, Hurts, Brown, Devonta Smith slinging no-look passes, Barkley bursting free, doesn't just vanish. It's on the play designers to unlock it, and right now, it's not clicking. Brown's frustration? It's the voice of a unit that's scoring just 23 points a game when we should be lighting up scoreboards like the 4th of July on the school kill. Now, let's zoom out for some perspective, because Eagles history is full of these gritty turning points, the kind that forge legends. Think back to 2017. We were 13-3, but whispers swirled about Carson Wentz's knee and Foles stepping in like a Philly underdog story ripped from Rocky. Or 2004, Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens clashing egos en route to that heartbreaker in Jacksonville. Hell, even Reggie White's minister sermons after 90s playoff heartaches lit a fire that echoed for decades. This 2025 squad? They're defending champs, but the numbers scream regression. Last year, we led the league in red zone efficiency at 80%. Now, we're still tops there, but everything else feels forced. Comparatively, Saquon's down 2 yards per carry from his 5.8 monster average. AJ's hauling in just 55 catches for 780 yards. Elite, but not the 1,400-yard dominator we crave. And Devonta. Silent assassin mode, but even he's admitting to USA Today, we know we haven't been playing our best football offensively. The D's carrying us, time to match him. It's like that old Eagles trivia nugget. We've got more NFC East titles than any team since the merger, but rivalries like this one with the Cowboys? They've won 18 straight home division starts for Dak Prescott, tied with Favre for second all-time. Talk about motivation. To get the pulse, I caught up with a couple voices that know this green blood runs deep. First, imagine Jason Kelsey, our retired snapping savant and podcast king, piping up on 94 WIP. Look, AJ's not wrong. These guys are thoroughbreds, but you gotta saddle 'em right. Frustrations fuel. Channel it like we did in 22 when the whole world wrote us off. Philly fans, they'll boo you 1 minute, chant your name the next. That's the magic. And from the huddle, picture Saquon, post-comment, flashing that million-watt grin in a fictional sit-down. AJ's my guy, we're in the foxhole together. Ain't about pointing fingers, it's about us saying, scheme it up or step aside. Sunday, I'm running through walls for this city. Even Nick Sirianni, clipboard in hand, might lean in with that coach speak passion. We're 8-2 because we grind. AJ's fire? I love it. It's why we won it all last year. Turn that heat into touchdowns. Fans on the street. One Birds diehard from South Philly told me, "Fly, Eagles, fly ain't just a chant, it's a battle cry." AJ's woke. Time to wake the offense up before Dallas dances on our grave. So, what does this mean looking ahead? Big picture, Eagles Nation. This Rumble in Dallas on Sunday, Week 12 at AT&T, 4:25 kickoff, isn't just another rivalry bloodbath. It's a referendum. The Cowboys, limping at 4-5-1, just traded for Quinnen Williams to beef up that D-line, and their secondary's healing with Kalen Carson and Siobhan Revel back. Dak's got that home field hex going, and their rush defense? 29th in the league, coughing up 143 yards a pop. Prime real estate for Saquon to reclaim his throne. But our D. Elite, holding foes to 12 points over the last 3. Prediction. I see Jalen Hurts airing it out. Multiple 40-yard bombs to AJ and Devonta, exploiting that secondary ranked second in air yards allowed. Barkley feasts for 120+ on the ground, and we grind out a 27-23 nail-biter, clinching the East early and burying Dallas's faint playoff dreams. Playoff implications? A win here vaults us toward the NFC's top seed, setting up a softer December run. Lose. Those murmurs turn to roars, and suddenly, draft whispers creep in. But nah, this team's built for adversity, like Brian Dawkins flying around in the late aughts, turning boos to cheers. Alright, Philly, that's the word from the wire. Frustration's brewing, but fire forges steel. Tune in Sunday, crank up those green jerseys, and let's remind the world why Lincoln Financial Field shakes like no other. Will AJ silence the doubters with a 200-yard explosion? Can Saquon thunder back? Hit that follow button, subscribe for every update, and join the conversation. What's your bold take on this Eagles offense? Drop it below. Fly, Eagles, fly, and we'll catch you after the win. Go Birds!